As I thought about where to record my comments about our capital financial campaign here at St. Stephen's Memorial, one place just kept coming back and back, and it's the place that I stand right now, in the midst of our Veterans Memorial Garden, which was dedicated as part of our 60th anniversary in 2010. The reason why I wanted to talk to you standing in this garden is because the spirit of those that started this church in 1950 is, I think, the spirit that will carry us through this financial campaign. In 1950, where I'm standing was farmland. It wasn't even part of the City of London. And a group of returning Second World War veterans and their families had a dream, an idea. They wanted to have a church, a community center, a spiritual home. And probably to a lot of people it didn't make a lot of sense, or it seemed like too big a project. Yet they did it. And the rest, as they say, is now history. Our society today is not unlike that society. We're in a new place, in a new time, with new understandings, a new community, as the area around St. Stephen's Memorial has undergone a tremendous change in the last few years. And this financial campaign is all about positioning St. Stephen's Memorial to be strong for our next 60 years. There was a story I heard recently that really touched me, and I wanted to share it with you today. And at first it may not seem to make much connection to a financial campaign, but I think that you'll find that it does. It's the story told by an American Episcopal priest of a time when he was quite young, in fact, in preparation for confirmation. And he was walking through a church, and I can only assume it was a big old church, with the minister that was preparing the group. And as a young lad, he looked up and said, "Can I go up to the podium and read the Bible?" And the minister's response was that God's Word is available to anyone, and yes, you can go and read it anytime you want. In fact, you should read it. And it's true. As the Scriptures lay out the story of who we are as Christian people, they should be available to everyone to read. And a financial campaign, stewardship, is available to everyone. It's easy to say, well, it's the leaders of the community. It's those who are big into the church that are the ones that they get the honor of building up the church financially and spiritually. But that's not true. It's everybody. It's those who are here every Sunday, those who come once a month, those who come a couple of times a year, those who have deep family connections to St. Stephen's Memorial, those who are brand new to the congregation. Stewardship is not about giving something of ours to God. Stewardship is about our response to God. Stewardship is about our relationship with God. So as you consider how you can help in this financial campaign, I invite you to think about what St. Stephen's means to you, to this community, to the world ahead, to the world around, and also what it means to your relationship with God. And then you are called, in a spiritual sense, to make your own decisions. And whatever you decide, whatever you can do to help with this capital campaign will be received welcomely and will be used to help us move ahead. There are three general areas in which we believe that we need to reposition ourselves to grow into the next 60 years. I think probably, for my way of thinking, that ministry outreach programs are the key thing. We have so many people now that are not connected to any church and have no history in church. And we can't just expect them to walk in the door. We need programs like Scrambled Worship and Messy Church and Back to Church Sunday, ways to bring new people to explore, to understand the gospel message. We need technology. I know a lot of people in the church world are saying, you know, technology, it's beyond me. But the reality is, in 1950, when St. Stephen's Memorial started, there's no way I could stand in this garden with a remote microphone on my lapel and a camera about 10 yards away from me, not plugged in anywhere, everything portable, and record this message. Technology evolves, and we have not kept up in technology. We have tremendous needs in the area of computer technology, sound systems, microphones, and all those kinds of things. And the other area, of course, is the building. Without a strong building, without a welcoming building, without a building that says this is someplace you want to be, it's hard to get people in and get them to stay. Capital campaigns are difficult things. I've said many times over the past few weeks that if you think that the numbers that we have shared scare you, think about how they scared the leadership of this campaign. But as we thought about it and as we prayed about it, what we came to was a vision. Just like in 1950, a group of people had a vision of a church, a vision of a community focus, a vision of a spiritual place. And 60 years later, those originals are still proud of what they did here. And that's the vision that I think the leadership of St. Stephen's Memorial has today. We have a vision of St. Stephen's growing and prospering over the next 60 years. But to do that, there are certain things that we believe we need, tools that we need to do the mission and work of God's people. So we are asking you in prayer, in your spiritual place, to think about how you can help, how you can take your role in this vision and your place in this community. We simply ask you to give it prayerful and spiritual consideration. This is a wonderful place, an important place to many people. Let's keep it strong for the next 60 years.
This campaign will all be over by Easter, but donations will cover a 3-year period. Some of you may prefer and are able to make a substantial one-time donation, but we encourage you to consider a 3-year commitment. Personally, now that I am on a fixed income, I feel that a 3-year commitment is easiest for me and is the best way for me to support our vision. When you consider a 3-year commitment, you can donate over 156 weeks or 36 months, which is probably an easier way for most of us to respond. And don't forget the charitable tax credit, which makes the cost of your donation less than what you actually give. Because St. Stephen's needs to operate as usual, week to week and month to month, we are looking for your response to this campaign to be over and above your current donations. For those of you who currently use our pre-authorized plan, we can arrange for the diocese to allocate your monthly increase to the campaign in the same way we do for Daily Bread or Primate's World Relief Development Fund. If you are not on a pre-authorized plan, it is very easy to set one up through the church office, the treasurer, or directly with the diocesan office. Pre-authorized donations help you to keep your commitment on track, just like they ensure the operational expenses of the church are met. I know that you will make the decisions that are right for you and right for St. Stephen's. Thank you.